Don't waste your time on unqualified prospects. The easiest lead to sell is somebody who's been told no by everybody else, but you get to say yes. Do you want to know when your credit denials have done all of the work and waited the exact right amount of time necessary to fix their credit, and they are now ready to move forward with a mortgage? If you're a mortgage professional, here is your complete playbook to identify when your credit denials have fixed their credit and are credit ready. It's a step-by-step with scripts and a playbook for your sales and your marketing efforts on how to find them, how to engage them, and how to close that deal. The best part is this is the easiest alert that there is to call. This is a playbook and a strategy specifically related to our credit migration alerts inside of MonitorBase. A credit migration alert is a scenario when a contact in your database, be that phone, email, CRM, past prospect, client, anybody has moved from a non-credit qualifying status to a credit qualifying status. That could mean that their FICO was too low to qualify, or a bankruptcy or a foreclosure or some other item was holding them back, like a 30-day late. Something on their credit kept them from qualifying. And this alert is notifying you when this contact has had their credit improved in the past 30 days and now meets your minimum credit criteria. Now, this is set up at an organizational level. It's not person to person. For example, if your FICO minimum in MonitorBase is set to 620, the score may have increased from a 610 to a 634, and the borrower might not even know at this point that they could credit qualify for a mortgage. So a call to congratulate them on improving their credit could be a really great conversation starter. In some cases, they will have no mortgage on file, and so that's potentially a first-time home buyer. Other circumstances or other times, the big change is that maybe a bankruptcy has been discharged and that they're now over that 24-month window, or a foreclosure and they're past the 36-month window. Regardless, the borrower might not even know at this point that they could credit qualify. So call, congratulate them. This is a big accomplishment to improve your credit and be able to go from everyone telling you no to congratulations, you could now qualify. And most lenders that turn people down never speak to them again because they don't follow up at the right time. If you follow up, they'll be thankful that you're trying to take care of them and help them. This is not unlike some of our predictive alerts in that, we're trying to catch them just at the right moment so we can alert you that they now qualify, that they're now in the market, before they know themselves and before they begin the process with a competitor. Now, not all of these people still want or need a mortgage right now, but many of them will, and they might be in the market to sell, or they'll be thinking about buying or refinancing. That's all awesome. Almost every one of these people is going to want and need a mortgage in the future. Reaching out now, connecting with this person is going to help you in that relationship, whether they're ready right now or later, especially since you're calling with good news. When someone triggers a migration alert, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're in the market. It means when you put them in our system, they were selected to be monitored for credit improvement, and since that time, you're notified because they've improved their credit to meet your minimum credit criteria. And you're only ever getting these on someone who starts out, when you select the monitoring type, they start out below your credit criteria. So since that time, they fixed their credit. But when you last spoke with them, they could have been working on, a purchase, or it could have been selling a home or a refi. It could have been a referral from an agent. All of this could slightly affect how you're going to approach the messaging in your phone call or in your email or text message. So as with all of our scripts, when you see a chance to make it your own, do it. It's a conversation with a person. You can connect with this person under any context you'd like. And we really recommend that you follow your gut here if you see an opportunity to change up the script or make it your own. But in all of your outreach, keep in mind there are kind of three probable outcomes here. Outcome number one, they aren't in the market. Something's changed. They're no longer in need or want of a mortgage right now. Outcome number two, they're thinking about it, but they're not ready right now. Maybe short to medium term, they will be interested. Or outcome number three, they're interested in moving forward in the short term. Since you know that you're going to be reaching out to people, these 3 sets of people, but you don't know which is which in that initial phone call, here's our script and our recommendations for that initial outreach. This is a script and it's just one example, so feel free to make it your own and communicate the message in your own words. So I would start with something where I reintroduce myself. Hey John, it's William with MonitorBase. So I remind them of my name, my company, and after I've made that introduction, I make a connection. And at this point, you want to remind them of how you know each other. So this will change the tone of the conversation from a cold call to a warm call. So for example, if you help them with financing to buy a home 2 years ago, definitely bring that up. If it's a contact that an agent provided to you, let the client know of that connection. So, we worked together 6 months ago when you were trying to do X, Y, and Z, purchase a home, do that refinance, cash out. Or, I work really closely with Agent Rachel's clients. We spoke a couple of years ago. Or we met at a home buyer seminar that I held a year ago. You get the picture. Now that the conversation has relevance and you've made that connection, now is the time to start talking about their favorite topic, which is not a mortgage, it's them. So you let them know you may have seen a letter or an email from me recently. My system periodically pre-qualifies my clients that may be in the market, and your name popped up as someone who met the credit standards and had recently shown some interest in a mortgage. So I'm giving you a quick call to see if I could answer any housing or market related or mortgage related questions that you may have. And then definitely stop, and let them talk. Ask follow-up questions that will get them talking about their future plans. Are you still interested in buying a home? Are you still looking to tap into some of that home equity for a home improvement? Or have you thought about debt consolidation? Are you still interested in refinancing to a lower rate? I know not a lot of those are happening right now, but let the conversation continue from here with you asking questions about them. Let them tell you how you could help them. People don't want a mortgage. They want homes. They want a less expensive mortgage. So the more value that you can give in this initial conversation, answering questions, helping them, the more likely they will be, and the more open they will be to have a meaningful discussion with you. So one helpful tip here, if you're dealing with someone that's thinking about buying a home, most first-time buyers want to hear about 100% financing options, down payment assistance, anything in that area, even if that isn't the route that they eventually take. Surveys show that most first-time buyers assume that they're going to be able to buy their first home with no down payment. So that's a good way to differentiate yourself in that initial conversation. But talking about rates and terms is a really great way to put people to sleep or put them on edge, and it makes it less likely that they're going to make a decision. So use tools like MBS Highway or other tools that you have to convey value, to simplify a difficult scenario and help them answer the questions that they have. Show that you are unique compared to other lenders in how helpful and how engaging you are in helping them accomplish their dreams. And then again, the possible next steps here, depending on which of those 3 scenarios that we talked about, they're interested now, they're interested later, or maybe they're not interested at all. If they bring up in that conversation, hey, I'm interested right now or later, but I'm thinking about a refi, get an idea of what they're trying to accomplish and stick to that subject at first. Don't go straight into taking an application. They don't want to apply if they don't know what you can do for them. So if they're interested in consolidating debt, check your MonitorBase credit profile, and you can get an idea of what their current consumer debt is. If they're interested in cash out or home improvement, ask if they have an estimate. Get an idea of what that cost of the improvements are going to be so you can look up an estimated value. And then just keep in touch throughout the whole process. Let them know about the hurdles that you're overcoming for them. And maybe they're interested now or later, but they mentioned a purchase or selling a home. Ask questions about the home that they want, the area they're trying to move into, the area of their dreams. Focus on what they want first, which is a house, and then talk about a mortgage and the terms of that mortgage later. They want to know how you can get them where they want to be before you start to bring up an application and pull credit. Ask them if they would like an introduction to a good agent that you know and trust. Now, if they say they aren't in the market, that's totally fine. They're just a person. Talk to them like they're one. Don't hurry up to get off the phone. Connect. Don't rush it and avoid a conversation. I promise they'll be way more likely to remember you if you just engage with them and talk about similar topics, what they're hoping to do, where they're trying to go, why they're choosing to stay, rather than move. And then thank them for their time, set up a nurture campaign in your CRM, and it doesn't need to be every week, maybe just every few months to continue to touch base with them moving into the future. Now, in a lot of cases, guys, they just don't answer, right? So leave a voicemail using that kind of scripting as an outline. Send a text message if you can with similar messaging to that voicemail, and then send a follow-up email, and always set a reminder to follow up in 1 or 2 weeks. Again, guys, it's sales and marketing, so it's a numbers game. You'll make several calls and several emails before anybody answers or responds, and then you're going to have to speak with several people before somebody says they're interested and ready to move forward. Even the people who are ready might not be ready right now. The saying goes, it's called fishing, not catching. There are no guarantees of success, but there is a guaranteed failure if you don't try. And all of these things take time. And as much as we want to rush it, it's important to remember it's a process of time. And if you follow the process and repeat it and optimize it, you'll find within a few months you're seeing consistent results as you practice your processes. Success with these would be, capturing an extra deal each month or two out of your phone and email and CRM contacts, and being able to generate referrals for some of your referral partners or strengthen relationships with those referral partners. If you have questions or need training, we have playbooks like this for all of our alerts, and our team is always happy to set up a training session for you or your teams. Now, if you want to learn more about how you can use MonitorBase to find opportunities for you and for your teams, reach out to sales@monitorbase.com.